Have you ever felt like life is an endless stream of urgent demands? Emails, notifications, other people's expectations, the infinite scroll of feeds where everyone seems more successful, more beautiful, happier than you. You're constantly running, trying to keep up with it all, chasing after external ideals, only to end up feeling like a squeezed lemon, lost in the noise. Sound familiar? It certainly does to me. There were days when I woke up already exhausted, feeling as if the world was demanding everything from me at once. And I couldn't even figure out what truly mattered and what was just a distraction. Amidst all this chaos, this endless flow of information and obligations, how do you even begin to understand what truly holds significance? How do you avoid getting bogged down in trivialities and losing yourself, your inner anchor? I've been there. I searched for answers for a long time, tried various approaches, until one day I discovered something I call an operating system for the mind. This isn't a new fad diet or a magic pill. It's an ancient yet surprisingly relevant philosophy. Stoicism. Forget the stereotypes about emotionless, stone-faced individuals. Stoicism isn't about apathy. It's about wisdom and inner strength. It's about building an inner fortress where you are the master of your thoughts and reactions, not a puppet to external circumstances, others' opinions, or fleeting trends. It's the ability to distinguish between what is within your control and what isn't, and to direct your energy where it can truly yield results. Most importantly, these aren't dry theories from old books. They're a set of simple, yet incredibly powerful exercises you can apply to your life today. You don't need to be a philosopher or live in a cave to start changing your reality, gaining clarity, and reclaiming control. I'll show you how. So, where do you begin this journey toward clarity? Toward understanding what truly matters? I realized that the first, and perhaps most fundamental step, is to learn to distinguish. To distinguish what lies within your sphere of influence from what is absolutely outside of it. It's like the rule of two circles, or if you prefer, imagine yourself as a rock in the middle of a stormy ocean. Waves crash against it, the wind howls, but the rock remains unyielding. The waves and wind represent external circumstances, others' opinions, traffic jams, the weather, government decisions, even how people react to your actions. All of this is the outer circle, what you cannot control. And no matter how much energy you expend trying to change these waves, you'll only exhaust yourself. But within that rock, at its very core, lies your inner world, your thoughts, your judgments, your decisions, your reactions to what happens. This is your inner circle. And here, you are the absolute master. No one can make you feel miserable unless you give them permission. No one can control your reaction to an insult, your attitude toward failure, your ability to choose how you'll view the world today. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who wrote in his diary every night, understood this perfectly. He governed a vast empire, yet his greatest battle was always internal. He constantly reminded himself, "You are tormented by yourself. You make yourself unhappy. It is not external events that disturb you, but your judgments about them." Can you imagine? A person with such power, yet focused on controlling his own thoughts. Try it right now. Pause. Think about what's bothering you most at this moment, and ask yourself a simple question. What can I change about this through my actions or attitude? And what is beyond my control? If it's in the second circle, let it go. Stop wasting your precious energy on it. Just allow it to be. It sounds simple, but in practice, it's a colossal shift. Let's move on. Once we learn to distinguish what's in our power and what isn't, we inevitably face the fact that life still throws obstacles our way. Unexpected problems, disappointments, losses. And here arises the second key insight I discovered: how we perceive these obstacles. Most of us tend to see them as walls, dead ends, injustices. Why me? Why did this happen to me? Familiar, isn't it? I asked myself that question a million times, falling into the pit of self-pity. But Stoicism teaches us a completely different approach, which the ancients called amor fati, the love of one's fate. This doesn't mean passively accepting everything that happens to you, doing nothing. It means perceiving every obstacle not as a hindrance, but as an opportunity, as fuel, as something that came to make you stronger, wiser, more resourceful. Seneca said that the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Think about it. If something blocks your path, perhaps it's not a wall, but simply a signpost compelling you to find a new, better route. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. 27 years. And he didn't break, didn't grow bitter. He used that time for study, for reflection, for strengthening his inner resolve. The prison, which was meant to destroy him, became his university, the forge of his spirit. Thomas Edison, when his factory burned to the ground, said, "Thank God all our mistakes burned up. Now we can start fresh." This isn't just optimism. It's stoic strength of spirit. It's the ability to turn ashes into soil for new growth, and an obstacle into a flame that illuminates the path and tempers your will. The next time something doesn't go according to plan, when you encounter what seems like a defeat, pause. Don't rush to call it a catastrophe. Ask yourself, what lesson is hidden here? How can I use this situation to become better, smarter, stronger? Believe me, in every such dead end, a seed of future triumph lies dormant, if only you're willing to see it. And so, when we begin to see these seeds, when we learn not just to survive, but to thrive, even in the most challenging circumstances, the next, perhaps most crucial question arises: what is it all for? Among everything we do, what truly matters? After all, you can skillfully navigate storms and reefs, but have no idea where your ship is sailing. In the modern world, where we are bombarded daily with hundreds of tasks, demands, and informational noise, distinguishing our true lighthouse from fleeting lights is no easy task. I myself wandered for a long time, spreading my energy thin on things that seemed urgent but were, in fact, just distractions. It was only when I started applying Stoic principles that I realized clarity doesn't come from doing more, but from letting go of the superfluous, from the ability to say no to what doesn't serve your main purpose. It's like a sculptor who doesn't add clay, but chips away all that is unnecessary to reveal the true form. Your life is that same block of marble. The true value is already within. You just need to remove everything that conceals it. Consider, what in your life right now is that marble? What, if removed, would make you not just freer, but more whole? For me, it was endless email checks, mindless scrolling, and others' expectations that I mistook for my own. When I started chipping away these extra pieces, I felt not just relief, but fulfillment. The time and energy freed up were filled with what truly mattered: deep conversations, creativity, and genuine presence in the moment. So, here's a simple exercise that can help you make this choice every day. At the end of each day, or even in the middle when you feel routine pulling you in, pause and ask yourself, what of what I've done, am doing today, brings me closer to my true, deep purpose? What makes me feel truly alive and meaningful? If there are few or no such things, it's not a cause for self-reproach, but simply a signal that it's time to pick up your inner chisel and start cutting away the superfluous. Because, as Seneca said, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. True freedom lies in clarity and the conscious choice of what remains in your marble masterpiece.